Today's card, I thought I would pull out the Garden Wishes stamp set, and I'm going to use this image. It's not an image I've used very much. I have used this one, but not this one. And I thought, well, it's time to play with that one, and it's perfect for my card. And I wanted some thank you cards, so I took my Thank You for Your Kindness from Dragonfly Garden. And there's our clean and simple card right there. And you're going to find it's an easy card to do. And I like clean and simple cards. So let me get my card base ready. And this is just white, and it's a half a sheet of cardstock scored in the middle. All right. Now, to do my image, I wanted two colors. So I'm using my markers on them. And all I did is I just dragged my marker down. Now, when you do this, you do not want to go at it this way. You want to use the side of the marker. You'll ruin your tip if you go at it straight on. So just take your marker, run it over like so, and you can kind of see where you've done it. All right. And then you're going to take the So Saffron, and you're going to color your dandelion heads. At least that's what I think they are. That's what it looks like. All right. Now, if these have dried out some, you want to huff on it. And all I do is I kind of huff and drag my stamp through my breath. Okay, so there's our image. And to do my sentiment, and I did this one in Thank You for Your Kindness, but I think I'm going to pull in Pear Pizzazz. Just so you can see the difference. I'm going to stamp it up here in the corner, like so. Yeah, it shows up better. This one doesn't show up much, so that's why I decided to use the Pear Pizzazz. Okay, so we've got our clean and simple card. Quick and easy, clean and simple. But how about we step it up to this one? All right. And what you'd need to do is you need a piece of scrap paper. And this piece is 1/4 of an inch smaller than the card front. All the measurements will be on the page after this is over. So then I pulled in my pool party pad, and I'm going to use my sponge brayer, and I'm just going to add some color. And it takes it a while, and once your sponge gets soaked with ink, it goes faster. So if you're going to do this, do a bunch of them at the same time. And see, I'm getting just slightly darker as I go down. And then I'm going to flip this around because I found it easier to flip it around. And you kind of want those lines in there for variation. So you just keep adding it as you go. So you're creating this background, and then I want the bottom the darkest of all, so I'm going to go over it a couple of times. And if you want it lighter, just don't do it as much. There we go. Now it's getting it. And so you have that ombre look of the color. I'm going to add that to a piece of, well, before I do that, I'm going to add my, did I add the ribbon all the way across? Yes, I did. All right. So it's going to go on a pool party base. I couldn't remember. But before I do that, where's that one? Darn, did I not cut it? Either that or I used it. I didn't cut it or I used it. Hold on. Dang. I was a creating fool yesterday. 3 by 4.5. Let me cut another piece of that real quick. So I may have used it up. All right. Okay, I got it. All right, so I've got my piece. This one is going to go on at an angle. Now, I will tell you, this needs to be dry. So just kind of wave it in the air and make sure it's dry before you put this down, or it's not going to stick really well. So I'm going to add this to my card base, and I put it on at an angle just for some interest, but you want to watch and make sure that your corners don't go past your paper. Now for the fun of the, hi Diane, hey Betty Ann, of the twine. So I'm going to use some double-sided tape. Where's my bottom? Down here. Okay. I think one of these I put it on wrong. I put it, yep, the wow card. This piece was put on upside down. So that happens. All right, so I'm going to take this. All right. And I'm going to cut my piece of twine. Remember, use your ribbon scissors. If you don't have any, get some. Cutting ribbon dulls your scissors, and then when you have to cut paper, you get jagged edges and you get a mess. All right, so I've got that on there. I've got this on here. It's stuck to me. Let's see. Make sure it's on straight and tight. And then I'm going to put another piece of double-sided tape on top because, hey Diane, hey Ann, that'll make sure it's sandwiched in there good. Now I'm going to move this out of the way because the bow is on later. And I'm going to take the back off of this and we're going to add this panel to our card base. Keep hitting that. All right, there we go. All right, now here's my card base. Now when you do this, I always open mine up. And the reason being is, do you know how many times I put mine on upside down? So if I open it up and lay it flat, then I know I always get that card front on the right way. And if you're using glue, you can't always get it off in time when you realize it's on the wrong way. Plus, I like the glue because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room to get it on there straight. All right, so we've got that. Then I took the stamp and I stamped it on scrap paper, inked it up, stamped it on scrap paper, and used the coordinating die to cut it out. And I'm going to take my dimensionals. And these are just ordinary pop dots, foam tape. I don't know what else everybody else calls them. So put this on. Need some more. I like our Stampin' Up! Dimensionals because they're easy to cut in half. A lot of times you don't need the whole foam tape on there. Okay, I'm going to take this off the backs, and the pokey tool is perfect for this. Oh my gosh, if I had to pull those off with my fingers. Oh, and then this goes on, and this is good. This one is up higher than this one, so. And you want to put it on straight, which is a challenge since you have this paper. So where you have to kind of block that out and look at it side to side. And because if you put it on, you could put it on cattywampus if you wanted, but I don't. All right, I then stamped my sentiment and used the stitched rectangle framelits to cut it out. I wanted some interest on my framelits. So we're going to put that on, and I used dimensionals on this end, and over here I used a glue dot. You don't want to put a dimensional because it would, how do I say this?